Are you budgeting and saving only to watch your net worth barely move? It feels like you're stuck in first gear while the wealthy are flying by. But what if I told you they aren't just lucky, they're using a completely different playbook? Here's the truth. Most financial advice is designed for stability, not for building wealth. It keeps you on the treadmill, but it doesn't get you to a new destination. The 1% know this. They build fortunes not just by earning more, but with rules that prioritize ownership and efficiency. So let's decode their playbook. We'll start with the discipline required to enter the game, then level up to the investment and tax strategies they use to build real generational wealth. Before you can invest like the wealthy, you need the infrastructure that creates capital. This isn't about secrets, it's about systems. The wealthy don't use restrictive budgets, they use a conscious spending plan. They know exactly where every dollar flows. The most critical rule is this: pay yourself first. They treat their savings and investments as their most important bill. Before anything else, a chunk of their income, often 15 to 20%, is automatically sent to investment accounts. This makes wealth building the default setting, not an afterthought. Willpower is a finite resource. The wealthy know this, so they automate their decisions to eliminate human error. When their capital lands, a set amount automatically moves to their liquidity fund, retirement accounts, and other assets. Bills are paid without a thought. This system removes temptation and ensures you're consistently buying assets, a strategy known as dollar-cost averaging. The wealthy build their financial house on stone, not sand. Their first priority is a liquidity shield, at least 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield account. Only after that shield is active do they attack high-interest debt. They treat any debt with an interest rate over 8% as a wealth-destroying emergency and focus ruthlessly on eliminating it to free up cash. The wealthy don't just hope to get rich, they have a written roadmap. A vague wish like "I want to be a millionaire" becomes a tactical target like "I will hit a $250,000 net worth by age 30. They review these metrics regularly and fight lifestyle creep by investing at least half of every raise, ensuring their wealth velocity accelerates with their income. Once you've mastered these protocols, allocation, automation, protection, and targeting, you've earned the right to level up. You can stop playing defense and finally start playing offense.
This is where the 1% truly pull away.
This is the engine room of wealth creation. It's less about saving and more about strategic ownership and tax efficiency. The average investor looks at what they made before taxes. The wealthy fixate on what they actually keep. They see tax planning as a core piece of ROI. One key tool is tax loss harvesting. This involves selling investments that are down to harvest the loss, which is then used to cancel out capital gains from your winners, shrinking your tax bill to the government. Another is asset location. They put assets that generate high taxable income, like bonds, in tax-deferred accounts like a 401k. Tax-efficient investments like growth stocks are held in taxable brokerage accounts to benefit from lower long-term capital gains rates. If you're finding value in these strategies, make sure to subscribe. We decode these financial systems every single week. A simple stock and bond portfolio is a start, but the ultra-wealthy build resilience by diversifying into alternative assets. These are vehicles that don't always move in sync with the stock market. Think of direct real estate for cash flow, private equity to enter companies before they go public, or private credit. They use these to build a fortress that is less vulnerable to the volatility of any single market. The 1% see retirement accounts as tax-sheltering machines. First, they maximize contributions to every tax-advantaged account available. Hitting the annual limit is a non-negotiable standard. If self-employed, they use vehicles like a solo 401k or SEP IRA for larger limits. Second, they utilize the backdoor Roth IRA. If their income is too high for a standard Roth, this maneuver allows them to contribute to a traditional IRA and immediately convert it, securing tax-free growth for life. Finally, they focus on tax diversification, holding assets in tax-deferred, tax-free, and taxable buckets for maximum flexibility. A high income doesn't automatically make you wealthy. The most common trap is becoming a Henry, high earner, not rich yet. This is the person whose lifestyle inflates perfectly to match their income, leaving them with a massive paycheck but zero net worth. The wealthy avoid this trap by anchoring their lifestyle.
They focus on net worth, not salary, understanding that disciplined consistency is what builds the empire. Managing your money like the 1% requires a mindset shift. First, build the foundation with the protocols: allocation, automation, and protection. This is non-negotiable. Then graduate to the advanced engine. Obsess over after-tax returns, diversify into alternatives, and supercharge your shelters. It's a journey from defense to offense. Master the protocols today, and as your capital grows, you can deploy the strategies that turn a good income into true financial freedom. The playbook is open. It's time to make your move.